Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are here with another mukbang. So today we have some In-N-Out. We have an In-N-Out burger animal style, then 2 animal style fries, strawberry shake, and then some water in the coldest water bottle. So let's get started. I'm gonna dive in because I am hungry. Just go ahead and throw all that off. So today is the first video of spooky season. So I'm excited for that. And today, when I was researching the story, it really made me sad and mad. I just don't understand. I mean, I kind of do, but this is the story of Yoshihiro. I don't know how to say his name. I'm so sorry. Hattori. During this video, I'm just going to call him Yoshi, because I don't want to butcher his name every time. So, this one necessarily did not happen on Halloween, but it did happen in the month of October. And it does fall, or it is based off of something Halloween related. So, Yoshi is an exchange student from Japan. He had only been here in the US for like 2 months. And he was invited to a Halloween party that was for the Japanese exchange students. So I guess maybe the program was pretty popular at this high school or something. I don't know. In my high schools growing up, I don't think we ever had exchange students that I knew of. So, Yoshi was a really smart kid. He came over here on a scholarship. That was so good. He came over here on a scholarship. He was only here for 2 months. And his family seemed smart too. Like, his dad was an engineer. He had a few other siblings too, I believe. So, him and his, the people that were hosting him, they had a son that was his age also, that was 16. So, I guess they got along. I'm assuming they got along really good. And his name is Webb Haymaker. So, like, okay, let's go to this, party, down the street. So he knocks on the door. Well, Yoshi knocks on the door. And they think this is a Halloween party place. It's about 8 o'clock right now. At that time. Webb is kind of standing kind of back a little bit, like not on the porch or like right in front of the door. And so they knock and ring the doorbell, no answer. So then Webb is like, hey, like, we might have the wrong house. Like, let's just go ahead and go. So they're turning around, walking back to the car, turning around, walking away from the property. When the homeowner, Bonnie, pokes her head out. But out of the side door where, like, there's, like, a carport. And Webb sees her, and he tries to speak to her. But she ignores him and just slams the door shut. So he's like, yeah, we definitely have the wrong house. Moments later, the door opens again, but it's the husband, Rodney. And he's like, what are y'all doing? And Webb is like, oh, I think we have the wrong house, sorry. And apparently, according to Rodney, Yoshi started walking towards him. Rodney said freeze, but Yoshi was moving so fast and so erratically that he was scared for his life and shoots him straight in the chest. A fatal shot. No. Rodney is 6 feet 2 inches. So probably for sure over 200 pounds. Yoshi is like 5'4", 5'5", something like that, short, and only 130 pounds. And not to mention too, he is dressed in a white tux. So he's not dressed in burglary gear or anything threatening. He is literally dressed up as John Travolta. And his friend does look a little weird, like, because he had a neck brace on from an incident, and then he went ahead and just put some extra bandages just to, like, you know, spice it up a little bit more. And according to Bonnie, who initially answered the door, she says that when she opened the door, she only saw Webb, but Yoshi came around the corner really fast and scared her. So she shut the door immediately and yelled to her husband, grab the gun, grab the gun. Now, like I said, the husband does say freeze as Yoshi is apparently walking up to him. Thing is, like I said, Yoshi is a exchange student. So he doesn't really understand English that well. Like, he does understand, but he doesn't know, like, terms and, like, things like that, you know? So he keeps on moving closer, and Webb was saying that he thinks Yoshi might have thought it was, like, a prank or something, and Yoshi didn't realize that it was actually, like, a serious, you know, thing. And Webb claims that Yoshi was moving slow. He was not threatening in any way. So Ronnie shoots and kills him and goes back inside. Refuses to call for help. So Webb runs to the neighbor's house and gets help. They're trying to get them out of the house and they won't. They didn't come out of the house until the police arrived. Now, the police get there and they briefly question Rodney, but not really that much. They kind of brush it off. Which is crazy because this is literally a 16-year-old boy who doesn't even live in this country. He's not even a citizen. Right? Like, that just shows how, like, messed up our country can be, I guess. I don't know. So Yoshi dies within minutes of being picked up by the ambulance. It takes the cops about 40 minutes to... I'm over the tomato and all that. It takes about 40 minutes for the cops to arrive. And like I said, they barely even question him. Barely question Rodney, barely question Bonnie. They rule it as self-defense. This happened in Louisiana. The Louisiana governor hears about this case, and the Japanese consul gets, you know, in touch too with the U.S. and is like, hey, what the hell? Like, we sent a teenager over there to learn not to get shot and killed. Like, what is going on over here in your country? So, the governor and the Japanese consulate, they petition and they end up getting a trial. And the parents want a trial too, of course. Like, the poor parents, like, I can't imagine getting that call. So the trial rolls around. I don't know if the parents flew over for the trial. I'm assuming they probably did. Articles and whatnot really didn't say if they did or not. I'm assuming they would have, right? So in the trial, Rodney says, I was scared for my life. I told him to stop. He kept moving towards me. I told him to freeze. He was laughing. I thought he was going to do something crazy. I was scared for my life, so I shot him. He does say he's sorry, though. Like, that makes it any better. And also, a cop also testified saying, you know, he was remorseful. He did say when we got there, like, I'm so sorry, I made a mistake. I messed up. Now, the defense also starts going towards the wife. Because ultimately, really, I personally think, even though the husband was the one who shot the gun and killed Yoshi, how the mom, or Bonnie, or whatever her name is, not gone out and looked outside, or whatever, or the knock on the door, or if she would have seen it and not overreacted like she did, Yoshi would still be alive today for sure. Like, there's no doubt that he would be alive. So the defense starts going towards her because they're like, you know, girl, like, you. So she ends up testifying too. And she's just saying that she's like crying, bawling her eyes out, saying she's sorry and that she shouldn't have like overacted the way she did, and that she was just scared for her life, and that he was scaring her the way that he jumped out from the corner and startled her. The trial ends. They are found not guilty of manslaughter. Ridiculous. So, the parents are outraged, as they should. So, they go to civil court instead. So, they file a civil action lawsuit. Now, with that, they win, which is good. They win that. It is ordered that Rodney and his wife have to pay $650,000 in damages to the family. Apparently, their insurance covered $100,000 of that. I didn't know insurance covered things like that. I've never heard of that. So, I guess Rodney and them were like, oh, we really don't want to pay for this. So they appealed that sentence twice, or that, like, not sentence, but ruling, I guess you could say, twice. And each time the court ruled that no, they needed to pay that $650,000. No. Parents, they're such, like, I don't even know, like, elegant almost in a way. I don't even know, like, I feel like from the articles I read, the way that they handled this was very, mature. Because I would be petty. If someone killed my kid, especially if they're over in another country, like, oh, I'm coming for everybody. So the parents is like keeping the money. They donated half of it to a school fund where if students wanted to go and live in Japan as an exchange student, they could. Then the other half went towards gun control. So they're very huge advocates in gun control now. Have been for the past almost 30 years now, because this did happen back in 1992. And then all the trials happened in 93. And then in 2013, it was reported, it's not confirmed, but it is reported that Rodney actually ended up losing his house, lost his job, and now lives in a trailer park. Also, after that happened, he did say he never wanted to own a gun again, so we're assuming that he does not own a gun anymore. Which I guess is good, but it's just like, you know, like they were walking away. They were like on their way to walk off your property. There was no reason for them to die, or for him to die. The 20-year anniversary in 2012, so a year before, the parents actually flew down to Louisiana to visit the host parents. And they did like a rally for like gun control and whatnot, and just like raise awareness. Every few years they go around and they raise awareness about this case and whatnot. Japan was so upset. Japan ended up creating a petition called like the Brady Bill, and it had over like 1.5 or like 1.7 million signatures from Japan, and then it got about like 200,000 votes on in the US, so that was passed. I just thought this was a really sad case. And also too, the dad was talking about, he did another interview, and he was saying that, he goes, you know, a lot of times I still think that my son's in America. And I was thinking to myself, one day he'll come back home to Japan from America. And I think he is buried in Japan, but it's just sad because, you know, like, maybe that's the way that the parents kind of, like, keep pushing through, like, thinking, like, oh, you know what, he's still over there, like, being an exchange student in America, like, he loves America, you know, to kind of, like, maybe trick their minds into not getting so sad about it all the time. I don't know. But it's such a sad case. I wanted to talk about, because it does revolve around Halloween, because they were going to a Halloween party, and they did not look like a threat. And I think he should still be alive today. And I think that, yes, maybe, like, because I think murder is basically, like, really, like, intent. I mean, Rodney did have intent to kill, but I personally wish he would have been at least charged with manslaughter. But, you know, it's been 30 years, and I guess he's paying the consequences now by, you know, losing a lot of what he loves and everything. So, not really even, but alright guys, so that is the end of today's first spooky story of October. I have stuff in my teeth, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's story. Yeah, I have a lot planned for this month. I have a lot of like Halloween-esque Sims gameplay and build play videos planned, and then I also do have cases that either happen like related to Halloween or on Halloween. I am burping a lot now because I'm so full. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys were eating with me. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below, like this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.